something we don't like to do. But there are 20% of men and women, and there's no significant sex difference, of men and women who are chronic procrastinators.
This is DePaul University professor Joseph Ferrari, one of the leading experts on procrastination. This video was uploaded on December 7th, 2010. But trust me, it's not the only one I've watched on the topic.
So let's talk about procrastination.
Everybody else is just procrastinating.
So in today's video, we're gonna be talking about what is procrastination.
So how can we overcome procrastination?
A bunch of methods that I use to stop procrastinating.
But if you are addicted to procrastination,
After watching all these videos and diving deep into scientific studies and research, I've put together 5 powerful steps to help you beat procrastination once and for all. Imagine standing at the bottom of a mountain, looking up, and someone says, "Climb it, go." That's exactly how our brains react to big, vague tasks like write a paper, get fit, or start a project. These tasks are too abstract and too overwhelming. So our brains, in self-defense, freeze, and that's when procrastination kicks in. The solution is to break the task down into the tiniest, most manageable parts possible. Instead of write a paper, start with open a blank document, then write the title, then draft the first paragraph. These microtasks trick your brain into movement. The key is progress, not perfection. When you focus on the next small step instead of the whole mountain, you stop feeling paralyzed and start feeling productive. Our perception of time can either motivate us or totally intimidate us. Think about it. When you say to yourself, "I have to study for 3 hours," your brain hears, "This is going to be exhausting." But when you say, "Let me just focus for 25 minutes," that same brain goes, "Okay, I can handle that." That's where the Pomodoro technique comes in. You set a timer for 25 minutes, work with full focus on one task, and then reward yourself with a 5-minute break. It's productivity in sprints, not marathons. The best part? Once you finish one Pomodoro, you're already in the zone, so it's way easier to keep going. The technique also helps you build discipline over time because it trains your brain to associate short bursts of effort with success and reward. Over time, this becomes a habit, and that's when things really start to shift. You can have the best plan, the strongest motivation, but if your environment is full of distractions, you're setting yourself up to fail. Picture this: you're trying to study or work, but your phone is lighting up with notifications. There's a TV playing in the background, and 10 browser tabs are open. You might feel like you're multitasking, but in reality, your brain is constantly switching gears, and that kills focus. So the fix is to optimize your environment for deep work. Turn off notifications or use focus mode. Close all unrelated tabs. Put your phone in another room or use an app like Forest or FocusMate. Even the physical space matters. Tidy up your desk, put on headphones, maybe even change locations. When your surroundings signal it's time to focus, your mind will follow. You're essentially creating a mental boundary between work and distraction, and that can make a massive difference. This one's based on decades of psychological research, and it's incredibly simple but effective. It's called implementation intentions, and it's about being specific with your plans. Instead of saying, "I'll study later," say, "I will study chapter 4 at 6 p.m. in my room." That small shift, adding when and where, makes a massive impact on follow-through. Why? Because it creates a trigger for action. Your brain is wired to recognize patterns, and when you assign a task to a specific time and place, it turns into a habit loop. You don't have to waste mental energy deciding when to start. You already made that decision ahead of time. takes away ambiguity, and when it's time to work, there's less resistance. Research shows people who use this technique are up to 2 to 3 times more likely to complete their goals. It's that powerful. This is probably the most underrated step, but it's one of the most important. So many of us fall into a cycle of guilt and shame when we procrastinate. We say things like, "I'm so lazy," or "I always mess this up." And that negative self-talk creates stress and anxiety, which ironically leads to, you guessed it, more procrastination. So here's the truth. Beating yourself up doesn't help. It just reinforces the cycle. What does help is self-compassion. Say to yourself, "Okay, I got distracted. That's human. But I can start again now." This shift in mindset helps you move forward instead of staying stuck. Studies even show that people who practice self-forgiveness after procrastinating are more likely to stay motivated and productive in the long run. So, if you fall off track, don't spiral. Pause, breathe, reset. You don't need to be perfect, just consistent. Progress is built on small restarts. If this video helped you, please hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. I'll be dropping more content on self-improvement real soon.